Oh wow. Yeah,
Oh,
mm,
oh, Moon. I don't know why I didn't have this idea earlier. Probably because I'm stupid. Um, but I think we should start um doing Patreon only live streams of T Bomb R.
Isaac. Mm-hmm.
Um, and that way we can. It'll be easier for me to get the video from instead of having to upload the like a 2 gig video. It's just
Yeah,
already on
you can
YouTube.
just open it up.
Yeah, and it'll give us a little bit more. Give the patrons a little bit more of
Well, a little
benefit.
bit more incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you probably noticed yourself, I signed up with Patronus,
I did.
which I
Thank you for
cannot,
your patronage.
I cannot not call it Patronus because the comedy button, one of the first patrons ever that made it kind of big.
Mm.
Um, they always call it Patronus, and I don't know if it's that or whatever. Why I've been on the Harry Potter kick recently, but I cannot not call it Patronus. But I signed up for it, and I got a text off Mackie like immediately as well, saying enjoy all those bonus content, especially like the Doctor Who you one that Chuck does.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm like 80,000 podcasts behind on my regular podcasts, let alone my Patronus stuff. I'm just doing it because people deserve the monies.
Yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that No Quarters does. They do the Futurama one, the Doctor Who one.
The Funtime Torpedoes Star Trek one, the
Oh,
Harlow
yeah, I
does,
forgot about that.
and the extra stuff. You get the extra stuff for free though. Like I've been listening to it all for free, and it's funny because I was listening to one of the extra episodes yesterday,
Mm.
and I was like, "If you're listening to us on Patronus," and I was like, "I could be, but I'm not. I'm listening to you on the regular feed."
Hey there, T-Bomb Rocks.
Oh, thank you by the way, T-Bomb. I'll drop you a message in a little bit tonight.
2 thumbs up for whatever you did.
Yes, he's my secret hookup.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna do a shady dark deal in a basement-like place.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for the radio turn off, provided it works.
Oh, yeah, let's look at, we are live on Twitch. We should be live on YouTube.
Because I refuse to update my YouTube. This is what happens at any time I try and watch something live.
And we're live on YouTube. Was Restream. Restream says we're live on all 4. And they all have warnings. Why? I have the wrong keyframe interval. Fine.
Oh,
It should be 3
smile.
minus 2. I don't know what that means.
Fuck knows.
Check encoder settings. I'm using your encoder settings.
Oh, so the usual bullshit.
Keyframes is 3. It should be 2? Is that what it's saying? It's 3, it should be 2. Can I change that? Yes. Let me try changing it. Hopefully it doesn't break anything.
Oh boy.
No, not point
so-
0. Holy shit.
So I think Jess got me sick.
How could she?
Yes, that was pretty much exactly how I felt. But it made me laugh because she was feeling really shitty on Monday. I was fine, and then Tuesday I was like, "Oh, not feeling great."
Oh, I'm
And
feeling
then and Wednesday I really started to feel it. It made me laugh because because I'm working by myself right now. The owner of the company walked in and was like, "You okay? You look really bad." And I was like, "Yeah, because I'm sick." And he was like, "Just so you know, if you're sick, you still come in and work." And I was like,
cool.
Well,
I will
duh.
infect the whole office.
"Yes."
Don't you worry.
It was fucking ugh.
That's the thing I liked about my last job is we had unlimited vacation days, which you should if you're salary. Like
Yeah.
everybody needs to catch up. But if you were sick and basically anybody had the power to send you home, where it's like for real, you cannot infect the entire office. You really need to go home.
Oh yeah.
What the?
Well, that was my problem. I was the entire office. I still am the entire office.
Well, yeah,
So
I mean, in that
the only
case,
person I'm infecting is me.
hotboxing with your own cold.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll give it another few minutes here, and then we'll get started.
No, I could tell he was concerned, not about me or my health, mostly about the fact that I wasn't going to show up to work because every day he was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?"
As you're probably sitting there like, ha ha ha.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm good, boss. I
Yeah.
can still do it.
Well, for once, he didn't even bring up the idea of working today, so
Yeah.
I think he realizes I need a day off.
T-Bomb Rocks in chat asks, Knobs, how far are you in Shadow of War?
Oh my god! I just finally opened up the big map now, so now I can jump from battle zone to battle zone, get my armies together, my siege beasts.
You see what I was talking about when I saw the quick look, where it's like, this map looks huge, except it's not actually all that. Which isn't a problem.
No,
You're just
it
hopping
condenses
from-
the actions to like city-sized
Yeah.
like battlegrounds, but which it works.
Yeah, stronghold to stronghold, which is probably better. Otherwise, like, what the hell are you going to put in there?
Tell you what, fuck wraiths.
Yeah.
Those are the worst. They attack you from so far away.
Alright, you guys ready to kick this thing off?
Yep.
Get rid of our pre-show notice here. Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1. It's the third Saturday of the month, which means it's time for Game Club. This time we're going to talk about Abzu. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Knobs
Sup?
and Moonpier.
Hello.
So Abzu, and that's our episode. We'll see you next month. Bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's cover the facts here real quickly. Released August 2nd, 2016, published by 505 Games, developed by the awesome-sounding Giant Squid. Came out on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Time trial, Metacritic 83, OpenCritic 80. A bunch of stuff came out around the same time, but nothing super big except for World of Warcraft Legion. With that, I think it's still the current expansion.
I think it is, yeah.
Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Hey. That's getting played right now downstairs.
Hey. Moonpier's favorite, Grow Up. And last but certainly not least, the 800-pound gorilla of last year, No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Oh.
Didn't see that one coming.
Nope.
We asked the question we ask every month, top of the pile or overlooked? I wrote a bunch of question marks.
I think
I didn't know a game existed till this moment.
I think in the common gamer vernacular, so, me, you, my wife, everybody kind of thing, it didn't really exist.
Yeah.
But the press were all over this thing like a bad rash.
Yeah.
Everybody who was anybody was talking about it and then recommending it on podcasts, on news feeds, any chance they could get. They were like, if you want a different experience to every other video game that's out there, Abzu. Always play Abzu.
I feel like we need a third category for this, where it's sort of top of the pile or overlooked, or it was a game.
Let's meet in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the best way to start off is it is a pretty different experience from a lot of other stuff, except the coverage from when it was out seemed to be the overwhelming chorus was, yeah, it's Journey underwater. And before
that's
playing
exactly what I was about to say.
I was sort of like, well, that seems unfair. That seems reductive. And I played it, and it's Journey underwater, like in a good way. But it's that same sort of meditative experience.
Yeah, that's what I heard it referred to as a lot. It was a meditation game.
Yeah,
and so much so there are actually statues called meditation statues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And you can actually meditate from the menu too.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, T-Bomb Rocks in chat asks, how long was everyone's game time at Abzu? For me, it was like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say mine was close to there. I wrapped that up probably around 1:30 today.
Yeah.
I think I hit 3.5 because I explored everywhere. And I messed around with the dolphins, and if I could grab it and ride it, I was going to do it.
Wow. Yeah, I started doing some of that stuff, but I felt like I personally didn't feel like I was really getting...
Anything for it other than seeing new fish?
No, like... I was going to say I wasn't getting rewarded, but that's not right, because you do get new fish for what that's worth. But I didn't feel satisfied that I was doing anything that was making the world more interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't... Right. You know, the big set pieces in the game... you know, like you and the ghost shark are busting up Illuminati triangles. You know, you're swimming with blue whales or sperm whales, whatever the giant ones are. You know, that stuff happens naturally throughout the game. You don't get, from what I experienced at probably the first half of the game, you don't really get more of that stuff by doing a lot more of the ghost triangle stuff in the world.
Right.
Moon, yeah. Is that true throughout the whole game?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, like you said, I mean, I haven't played Journey, but it's pretty much that. It's you are on a path, you follow that path.
Yeah.
There are large open areas to explore. There are secret shells to find. You can find multiple of those little swimmy robot things that follow you around.
I liked those guys.
Yeah, really cute little things to accompany you on the journey. But me, I to be honest, it's something for me where I kind of needed this game. Yeah. I needed something where I had an objective, but there wasn't danger. There wasn't, you know, are you gonna die? There wasn't any of that. It was just playing around with the systems and see how things go. Like, for example, when I first discovered you could do the flips while riding things. Like if you press the B button on the Xbox controller, you do like barrel rolls and flips while you're swimming.
No, that's fine.
If you do that while you're riding something, the thing you're riding does it instead.
That's a cool little touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the B was like, it was a little more defensive thing when you were getting next to the zappy triangles.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel like I really like Journey, and I feel like this inhabits the same space where it's you can, you know, if you have a stressful week, you can just fire this up for an hour and kind of blow through it, listen to some cool music. The composer is the same between the two games, Austin Wintory. You know, you can totally smash a bunch of triangles to smash bigger triangles, and you know, and I think that's okay. You know, for this to be a shorter, chiller experience. And I like that I think the game has a message, but I like that it doesn't really smack you across the face with it. I kind of get the impression that it's sort of saying like, hey man, let's not destroy the oceans with shocking triangles, maybe, but you know, I like that it's...
Nature's way prettier than metal.
Yeah. I like that
shocking triangles and hieroglyphics.
Yeah, and I like that it didn't beat you across the face with that, because I feel like if this game at any point turned preachy about that stuff, I think that would have turned me off pretty immediately. Not that it's a bad message, it's just...
Yeah.
I'm not playing a game to have that force-fed to me. You know, I'd rather bust up the giant triangles and be like, yeah, all right, that does look cool. Yeah, green.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but they're called pyramids. Come on, man.
Yeah, aren't pyramids just 3D triangles?
Yes.
Hey, that's my Jaden Smith tweet of the day.
Yes, scribble it on the wall in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. You know, the... Journey famously has that longer sliding on the sand section, and this game does that 2 or 3 times where you're shooting through the water with a whole bunch of your fishy friends. Stream. Yeah, that's fun.
Hitting the little go-go fish.
Yeah. That's kind of Abzu.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, that thing starts off slow. I was struggling to stay awake, and this was in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Boston tweeted about it. Like, he started it at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah, and I was just like, as soon as like the beginning music comes in, I'm just like, this, okay, it's so good, but I can't.
Yeah, but once that thing starts heading downhill, it surprisingly holds your attention well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the thing that first pulled me in was when you first go in one of those portals and you're in like the
dark realm.
Yeah, the shadow realm.
And I couldn't figure out which, so the water's filling up with more water.
Yeah.
Like, it was bizarre. I was like, all right, so if I go this way, I go down, and I go through the water, but come back up into it.
Yeah, between that and when your suit gets damaged, I was like, oh no, my suit, I'm a robot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, did you hit the button in that one room where it shows you, your little torpedo buddy?
Yes.
And then it showed your body, and then had, the triangle in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, so now I'm a robot swimmy cat person. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love the moment when you get out of the water. Just after that, the first time he steps out of the water and just so you can go and hit a switch, it's like, oh, cool, they did actually let you come out of the water. But my favorite things in it is the sense of scale, especially when you get deeper and deeper, and when you're doing the downward trajectory swim with I think it's with the sperm whales, and you don't realize how big they are until one is right next to you.
Yeah.
That was the blue whales where the first run down, you go down with the sperm whales when you run into the octopus, which I thought that was going to be a problem, where you're down there with the giant squids. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love the prehistoric creatures when you get super far down, and it's like all of a sudden everything is like prehistoric creatures rather than actual living fish.
Old Nessie was down there. He hit one of those pods and brought out the anglerfish that have the little the glowy bit on them. I was like,
yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. It just it was shorter than I was expecting. So I don't. Anything else we have to talk about?
all right. So you and your automatic flippers. I did notice to move faster, you kind of got to hit a 3-button press.
It's the triple jump.
Right. It's like jump, or push, and it finally goes boom, and then the guy's kind of moving at a pretty good clip.
Yeah.
But man, F those the floaty pyramids, man. Those things, there one area where you go into it, I was like, oh god.
There's like 400 of them.
Yeah, and I got banged around there until they disappeared. I was like, okay, good. I can move forward to get banged around by 6 more.
Yeah. I did love the ghost shark moment, and because I have a habit of doing the jumps out of the water, like the first time you run into the dolphins, I just started doing jumps out of the water on the dolphins, and they do the dolphin thing where they all follow after each other, and you end up with 9 dolphins doing it. I did that when you had the ghost shark, and you basically had the super speed, like you turned into yellow supersonic at the end of the game.
Right.
Yeah, you went Super Saiyan on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you do the jump out of the water and hit a wall, he braces himself against the wall, then does a wall jump back into the water again.
I did notice that too.
Cool.
When I was trying to hit that one last pyramid that was floating up in the sky.
Yeah.
When I had the ghost shark, and I had 90 fish with me, and they're all jumping through the water with me. I was like, this is a neat game.
That's a great moment when, as you're progressing further down that level, your trail of fish just increases.
Yeah, or your fishy friends.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, for me, Abzu is one of those games I recommend people try, just like Journey. You may not like them, but you're going to spend less than an hour and a half total. I mean, it's such a small amount of time to invest in something that you probably don't play every day. That I think for me, it's just, I give it a shot. It's a cool experience.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's an experience, and it's different.
Yep.
It's something that gaming needs a lot more experiences like this, where it's not just there is a good guy and a bad guy and conflict.
Cover shooter them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now the Dolphins are getting revenge.
That just makes me think of The Simpsons.
The
Hit A to Rhodey run.
cyber dolphins want a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for Abzu before we wrap this incredibly short one up?
Go ahead.
Give it a shot. If you got an hour and a half to play it,
Yeah.
play it. I mean, it was not disappointing, but you got to get by the first 10 minutes once you kind of figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just follow the light, look for the hole in the wall, and go towards it, and just keep. It was kind of a neat, almost Tomb Raider-esque kind of game, where you're just exploring this underwater world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really loved it, but I think I would like it normally, but I loved it this time. I think because I needed something different. I needed this kind of experience in order to, really just take a break from every other game that's out right now and just enjoy this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you need to chill out, this underwater adventure is pretty great.
Yeah, if you've got kids that like fish too.
Yeah. It will show the names of all the fish.
Mm-hmm.
And you can meditate. That's all right. All right, well, that's Abzu. Not much else to say. So let's talk about our next game. That is This Is the Police. It's PC,
What?
PS4, and Xbox One. This Is the Police. A game that has gotten a lot of praise, and I know virtually nothing about. So I'm excited.
Yep. Isn't it Jill St. John or whatever his name
John
is?
St.
Duke
John,
Nukem?
yeah.
That's the one.
The voice of Duke Nukem playing a washed-up cop, which is perfect. That's you either want him or the guy who does Bender's voice.
Yes, because he's Marcus.
Yeah. So that's This Is the Police. If you're a patron, patreon.com/E1M1, the next game will likely be picked by you. As soon as I figure out how to do polls on there, which are probably going to be pretty easy, then the game for the next month will be picked on there. But until then, This Is the Police is our next game. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you all next month.
Later.
Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone, for streaming. That's all we got, or for watching the stream.
It's a short game. Just go play it.
Yeah,
Listen to this episode 3 times while you play it.
There you go.
Yeah, hey, Dimebag, and it's Saturday.
Yeah, I did notice that as well.
Yeah. All right, see everyone tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.